Here I will introduce you to laser transformational coaching at its best. Once you have listened to all 4 videos, you will have a grasp of what the 8 steps are to transform your life and income. And I will provide you with the 8 simple steps outlined. So for now, listen carefully to each video. Now let's jump in. We have 3 basic human needs, and they are love, safety, and belonging. Now each of us have a unique programming in our brains that tells us when to go forward with something and when to slam on the brakes. When to go forward is when the brain tells us that love, safety, and belonging are okay. They're not being threatened. But if the brain thinks that love, safety, or belonging are being threatened in any way, illogical or logical, conscious or subconscious, then our brain will tell us to slam on the brakes. So here is an example. Let's say you're somebody that really wants to lose weight, but your past experience when at your perfect weight was a painful relationship, or you got a lot of unwanted attention that eventually turned into a relationship that you regret. Your critter brain could be thinking it's protecting you from this and prevent you from losing weight. Now I want you to imagine a large white pole, and you're standing next to the large white pole with a huge rubber band around both you and the pole. You're moving forward with your weight loss plan, or quitting smoking, or merely taking actions to follow your dreams. You're moving forward and the rubber band is stretching and stretching and stretching. What happens when a rubber band stretches too far? It retracts and snaps back. Your rubber band snapped you back to your pole of beliefs because your brain is worried that there is a sense of safety, love, or belonging threatened. I'm sure you get that sense that there's something preventing you from moving forward. Well, you're right. It's the pole of beliefs that has its rubber band around you and itself trying to keep your feelings of love, safety, and belonging intact. In order for you to get what you want, you have to work with the coach that knows how to start moving that pole of beliefs. The coach has to start moving that pole that is rooted into the ground. It has to be lifted up by its roots and start moving forward, so when you move forward, the rubber band isn't getting so tight that it snaps. You're actually moving together. Your beliefs, the rubber band, and you. You're all aligned instead of being stuck in a rut. If your coach does not have the skill to do this, then no change will stick no matter how good the nutrition and wellness knowledge is. Now, why is this true? Let's look at your brain to find out, because this is the truth about getting healthy and moving towards living the life of your dreams. This is the information you need to know now at the beginning of your journey, instead of years of frustration wondering why what you're doing is not working. As we look at your brain here, courtesy of evolution, we all have more than one brain. We have 3 brains. The first is the brain stem. The second is the limbic system. And the third is the cortex. Let's look at the first brain to develop, the brain stem, also known as the critter brain. The critter brain is in charge of the physical. It is in charge of your heart rate, your breathing, your blood sugar, anything to do with keeping you alive. And it's constantly taking a recording of the entire neural system and categorizing it in terms of risk versus safety. It's looking for where its survival is feeling threatened, where love, safety, or belonging is feeling threatened, which feels like a threat to survival. Now, the critter brain does not like change. It does not like unpredictability. It gets really set with what it knows it can keep love, safety, and belonging intact. And that's why we all have patterns that repeat themselves. Why is that? Because as far as the critter brain is concerned, if you survived an experience once, the experience is worth repeating because you didn't die the first time. You're still alive. So let's keep doing that thing that kept you alive, even if it's not an experience that you actually want or is in the best interest of your happiness and longevity. For some of us, what is survival is a bad relationship. We keep having the same one over and over again, or we have the same argument with our spouse. For some of us, what is survival is losing weight and gaining it back. And guess what? We keep not dying. The critter brain sees it's working. Anything new gets coded as unfamiliar. And to the critter brain, unfamiliar equals risky, equals unsafe. Great. Let's go to the second brain. This is the limbic system, which is concerned with generating emotions to promote a sense of safety and well-being. And these emotions drive us toward or away from experiences that affect love, safety, and belonging. So it generates emotions to promote a sense of safety and well-being, and the emotions drive us toward or away of the experiences that affect love, safety, or belonging. Let's say that a new experience occurs, right? Of course, because it's a new experience. Your critter brain is going to signal danger. And then the limbic system will generate the emotions that will bring in the feeling of safety and well-being. So sometimes it will generate a feeling of anxiety and fear. So we move away from the new experience and feel safe again. So let's look at the third brain to develop. That's the cortex, or the human brain. Now the cortex deals with the logical human conscious mind. This is the part of us that justifies our choices, our behaviors, and makes meaning out of our feelings and experiences. For example, let's say you want to be successful, but the critter brain fears that once you reach the dream, you will no longer be able to feel the euphoria that comes with dreaming because you're there. So now what? The critter brain knows how much the dreaming means to you. So it thinks by preventing you from realizing the dream, it keeps you happy. And keeping things the same, which are safe, so it says, no frigging way. The cortex says this so beautifully. Comes up with reasons that justify backing out in a way that you feel okay with your new decision of quitting or prolonging the inevitable. You might remember experiencing a reaction of the critter brain, which is freezing. This is where you hold your breath, your gut tightens, and then the limbic system loads up fear, which follows with the cortex justifying it by coming up with an excuse that sounds completely reasonable to you. Let's take a second reaction. The critter brain goes into a fight mode. The limbic system loads up on anger, and the cortex justifies it somehow. What is beautiful about this is that you're learning this right now, that this has actually nothing to do with you. It is not personal in any way. It's a critter brain reaction to keep you safe. You got to respect and honor that. Your three brains are working exactly as they should be and perfectly. They're doing a great job as a team to keep you safe, but they're also only doing the best they know how till now. This is where you and I come in during our sessions together to introduce new constructive ways to live by your core values so that the critter brain is not alerted with the misbelief that love, safety, and belonging are being threatened. That's allowing you to create the life transformation you so desire. There's always a logical reason or rationalization coming from the cortex to confirm that you're making the right choice to keep the peace. But that will not give you the results you want if we don't first make the critter brain itself part of our decision making. You're being pulled in different directions. This is really a sophisticated system, so we want to work within that system to align you. Now, the main drive of the brainstem, also known as the critter brain, is fear and keeping things the same. The main driver of the cortex, also known as the human brain, is love and expansion and nothing but change. And the main driver of the limbic system is to keep the peace between them both. Now you see why people know what to do, but they don't always do it. It's not that they don't want to live a healthier, long life and live their dreams and exercise their willpower till the rubber band snaps back. They do this every day. It's why no matter how bad they want it, they can't get themselves to continue to follow through. There's an underlying inner conflict between the cortex and the critter brain. When you resolve the conflict between the human brain and the brainstem, you will be different without having to do any of the work, because all parts of you become aligned. That pole of beliefs, the rubber band that's tied to you, and you are all moving forward together so you can be healthy and live your calling. Take a look at the pepper image on this page, which represents the stoplight. You have 2 green and 1 red. You have pepper 1, the critter brain, pepper 2, the limbic system, and pepper 3, the cortex. If you can resolve the conflict between the critter brain and the cortex, then the limbic system will follow suit. And then all 3 lights are green, like the apple image on this page, and transformation will occur effortlessly. You got to have a green light in all 3 brains in order for change to stick. This is the secret sauce to sticking to your healthy lifestyle in all areas of your life. The next video, we will go over the role of the subconscious mind and the importance of implementing mind renewal techniques.